You always think that there's a problem with immigration. It's a problem with people who won't accept others, into their borders and into their towns and cities. There's a serious problem with that. That's what the media would like you to believe, that letting people invade your country is a bad thing. And I've discussed, and I think a lot of you know, most of you do, who controls the media. So that being said, I'd like to explain to you guys who don't know. I'm sure a lot of you do. But some of you aren't getting it, and it's unclear. There's a tribe of people that we call, we have a lot of names for them, but globalists are one of them. And why would anybody be known as a globalist? Why would we think of the tribe as globalists? Because they don't have a home. They don't have anywhere that, concrete that they can stay, because they get kicked out of every country they go into. Well, that same tribe of people is the ones that always push for immigration, aren't they? And they are whenever you hear of an NGO, well, that's what we're talking about. That's a tribal-backed system of people who push for immigration, who push for others, quote unquote, to be installed into their countries. You can put together why. Because they ride in on the coattails, these globalist tribal members. They ride on the coattails of the people that come in. And they have open borders for everyone. Of course they do. Because people who don't have a home, people who wandered the desert, people who wander around the world, the wandering Jew, of course they'd like to have open borders everywhere, because they've been kicked out of 109 countries and counting. Of course they would back the immigrants. They would call them immigrants. They wouldn't call them invaders. They wouldn't call them, come on now. So now we see why every Western country is being just inundated with scum from around the world, okay? And I know a lot of these people are looking for better lives, but they're being used as pawns and tools of the tribe to come in and destabilize their countries and destabilize their communities, so the tribe can use their tactics to infiltrate those local governments and infiltrate the national governments, and to destroy what, the good Western people had built. Oh, God, guys. And we see that here, too. All these Marxist professors, people, teach our kids in the schools, and have for generations now, that, you've got to let these people in. It's wrong. It goes against humanity not to let these people in. Do you really think that the tribe actually cares about these blacks and these, Muslims, these Mexicans, South Americans? No, they don't. But they use them to infiltrate. And while everybody's worried about their borders and walls and this and that, the tribe infiltrates too. And they go in, they write new laws, they take everything over. And then they turn our countries into what we're currently seeing. In the Western countries, what are we seeing? If you don't accept all their bullshit, you get burned down. And we've got a lot of our own people screaming, oh yeah, you've got to do it. I mean, they're siding up with them because that's what they've been taught and indoctrinated to believe. Oh my God. We've got to wake up to this before we have nothing left. So many issues, they cloud our world with every issue, just every little thing. It's just sick. It's sick. But, and that's why I have such disdain for the tribe, because I see these things and I know what they've been doing. They tried to put these tactics into my mind. Oh, they're bullshit. Of course, I didn't never believe it. And I always saw the angle. But it seems like a lot of people aren't seeing the angle, and they're wondering why, and they're in disarray. They don't understand. Well, I just laid it out for you. That's exactly why. Coattail riders will come in under the guise of being helpful to immigrants, and they will immigrate to your country. The tribe, the globalists, the whole world's their home because they don't have a home. Of course, after the state of Israel was created, you could go look at the statistics of people they've let into their country, and you'll find out that they're, it's always for thee and not for me when it comes to a tribal member. But anyway, guys, I know a lot of you guys know this. It's just for people who don't, and people who are unclear on exactly what's going on. But that's it, and they're going to continue to fight for it. They're going to continue to they make themselves look like the people who care. The boy behind the scenes, they could care less. So the misery of the people is their fuel. Anyway, guys, I guess it is what it is, huh? And if we don't wake up to this, then we're going to be swamped. And that's just exactly what we don't need to be. Let's get it together.